Oh, great ultimate to ensure her safety, but Jam is popping low, really low in the back line. Great blessed shield to try and peel and secure possible 2 kills.
A trade on in. Jam very, very low. We are going to see Mephistos all come out. Page Biscuit is very low. Zebras is very low. Twinkle is trying to clear it up. Jumping on in. Lunara, though.
Welcome, ladies and gents, to the Athena Championship Season 2, I guess you could look at it that way. I am honoured to be casting this once more. Very glad to be invited. And my co-caster today for this first series is going to be Joy K. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you.
So this time we are designing the matches in a little bit of a different way. There's going to be 2 different divisions, say, one being Titan and one being Olympian. Today we are going to be casting, well, right at the moment we're going to be casting the Olympian division, and in this game we will be casting Team Hestia versus Team Iris. Do we have any Greek lore for these 2 teams, do we?
Hestia, I mean, I have to do this from the top of my head.
Let's go.
I didn't really do my homework very well. Mainly busy channeling my inner goddess, but Hestia, I have heard, is somewhat of a mischievous character, more or less. Iris, I have actually no idea. Iris is a flower, so could be something with nature, perhaps.
We had a couple of lures prepared last time, but it seems that my brain is getting very old and I seem to have forgotten everything. And hopefully chat can participate and we'll glance and chat and look professional during this cast.
Please tell us more.
Please tell us. Okay, so with the picks, what is actually going on? Purple, which is Team Hestia, have map pick, meaning that Team Iris have first pick. We're just waiting for some bans coming through. We see that Volskaya has been banned out. Dragonshire, I corrected my word there because they used a different fancy word for that. Mm-hmm. And the third ban comes out to be Towers of Doom. So we're waiting for our 4th ban, and then there will be a map pick as per standard. What map are you hoping to see today, Joy?
Honestly, I always like to kick it off on a map that goes to the late game, but now we've seen bans coming out onto Volskaya and Towers of Doom, 2 maps that are really, really, really big late game maps. Can see a lot of turnarounds, and they're always exciting to cast. So I was kind of hoping for Towers of Doom, not going to lie. Geez, what is still up here? I'd be up for an Infernal Shrines game to start off with. Still probably one of Lounge's most popular maps, so yeah, I'd be super down to cast Infernal Shrines.
Just to slide in there, we have professional mods at work sending me some secret messages. Iris was the goddess of the rainbow and the messenger of the Olympian gods. She was often described as the handmaiden and personal messenger of Hera. Iris was a goddess of sea and sky. Her father, Thaumas, the wondrous, was a marine god, and her mother, Electra the Amber, a cloud nymph. Hestia was a virgin goddess of the hearth, both private and and the home. As the goddess of the family hearth, she also presided over the cooking of bread and the preparation of the family meal. Hestia was also the goddess of the sacrificial flame and received a share of every sacrifice to the gods.
I take back everything I've said earlier.
All right. Okay, so we are going to the first game in the series, and it's going to be Cursed Hollow, a very macro-based camp and very macro-based map, and a very vintage map. It's probably one of the more iconic OG maps in Heroes of the Storm, and it's really nice to start off the morning and the series with this game.
Yeah. Right, yeah, Cursed Hollow, one of the, it is the map that you have to play, your first quick matches on, I believe. 5 quick matches on Cursed Hollow before you can move on to any other map. So, definitely an OG. What are you thinking in terms of picks to see here?
Well, standard picks, I'm guessing, are going to be things like globals, because the map is so large and because objective channel can take some time, especially since it works in the way that one team has to channel 3 objectives before the actual curse is placed. It can take a lot of time. So things that can soak well, things that have globals. So I'm expecting to see some Dahaka picks after the recent buff. I think it'll be a really solid pick, and I'm actually excited to see if they're going to be picking him up here.
Yeah, I mean, the Haka got buffed. Are we thinking of Vikings here? Can we expect anything
Ooh.
like that?
I think I did see Vikings in the Athena Championship once. So it's definitely not something that we don't expect. Personally, I would ban Vikings. Just get rid of them. I don't like them.
Yeah,
Very
very well.
difficult to deal with. Very difficult to deal with.
I
Okay.
would personally like to see Toronto. Definitely now that she's seen a little bit.
Ah, yes,
really
she
wanna see
did get
Toronto.
buffed. That's
Yeah.
right. Have you played her since?
I have.
Very strong?
I wouldn't say very strong. I mean, still a niche hero, but the tweaks are nice.
All right, we have everyone in the lobby, and we're just going to start any time soon. Anyone who is just joining the channel, welcome, guys. This is the Athena Championship. We are starting in the morning, the afternoon, or the evening, depending where you are right now, with Team Hestia versus Team Iris. It's going to be an exciting series, and I'm joined here today by Joy K.
That'd be me.
That be me. I like the poacher synergy on the side of Team Iris. They have a rose icon on all of the team members. That's really cute.
All right. It seems that we are about ready to head into our first map in this best out of 3. Am I correct?
I believe so. It's best out of 3.
Best out of 3. All
Correct as
right.
trans in our ears whisper to us.
Our eyes in the sky. All right. I believe that all our matches are actually going to be a best out of 3 today, Aaron, aren't they?
That is true. Otherwise, if there were a best of 5 series, we definitely wouldn't be finishing by this evening. We would not be able to finish because best of 5 series, especially in a lot of these teams are quite even, so I can expect them to go to full-fledged 5 games. However, we're going into the first game, Team Hestia versus Team Iris, and we have the red team going with the first ban.
So, are we going to see that Vikings ban is the question here?
I mean, you have to scout out a Vikings player, right? It's not something that you do want to waste a ban on if the people don't play him. Let's be honest, like we can shit talk Vikings all the time and say how horrible it is to play against them, but it takes skill to play Vikings. It's a really hard.
Absolutely.
It's very hard to play them. So you need to do a scout. You need to find out if they play them, and if they do, ban them. But they decide to ban the Asmodonk instead.
Oh yeah, Asmodan with, like, even though Blizzard keeps nerfing demonic invasion, it's still just such a pain in the ass. I can't stress it enough.
In solo queue, Asmodan is banned and picked very often as he has the ability to do a lot of damage, a lot of poke, but also his sieging power is just beyond absurd. Right, we see a garish ban coming out here by the blue team. I really like this ban. This seems like a scouted out ban as well, because garish, a strong tank, not to flame or point him out, but also just not giga meta right now, or first pick prior. But we do see that Zag ban. Zagara has been beyond buffed in my opinion. She is quite broken right now.
Very, very strong indeed. Great overall damage. I was talking about this with Max earlier, and he was very disappointed because the way that he read the patch notes, he thought that the random banelings were actually going to be shot at a target, so he was very disappointed to find out that it was not an aimed, cool shooting mechanic, but just a like good old rolling mechanic.
That sounds horrible. A point and click and the banelings will follow you.
I thought literally to myself, how can you read that? How? In what world do you think that they make that? But we see Brightwing as our first pick to enter the map of Cursed Hollow. What's the answer going to be? I wonder.
Brightwing is a very good pick. Why is Brightwing very good? First of all, she has passive healing. Then she also has burst healing with her passive. And then her polymorph is one of the strongest kit to shut down those highly mechanical heroes, things like Zeratul, things like Genji, things that you don't want to be dealing with in the backline. She really shuts them down. However, we do see that Dehaka that I mentioned earlier. Dehaka did get buffed, and I'm really excited to see some tongue action coming out here by Fictional.
Absolutely. Alongside Lucio, still one of the more oppressive healers in the game. Also a healer that grants passive healing and little bits of burst if that high 5 is being picked up on level 10.
We're gonna have a party because we got a Diablo pick. Let's go, team! Whoop whoop! The Lord of Terror himself has been picked up by Team Iris, and I'm very excited, as you can tell. Oh, by the way, just to point out, yes, I should mention this, just keeping an eye on chat, that bets are open, which means that you can place your bets on the team that you believe is going to win. For example, let's say you think that team B is going to win and you want to place some bets. You write !bet, spacebar B, spacebar, the number of points you want to bet, i.e., let's say 50. So go ahead and place your bets if your country allows it.
Exactly. Sweden, for example, does not allow that. One thing though, Aaron. Which team is A and which team is B? That would make it a little bit easier.
Team A, starting from the left-hand side, Team A is Team Hestia, and Team B is Team Iris. Apologies for not pointing that out a little bit sooner. Very good.
Very good. We see the Arthas ban coming out here. Are they? Is that literally just pointed at like Diablo? Because Arthas is so good at keeping Diablo under control. Are we going to see something more ham like an Illidan, for example?
Yeah, banning Arthas just for the sake of Diablo isn't a thing in my opinion. I mean, I would be more scared of a good ETC and other stronger tanks. So it does seem like they might pick up something that they want banned. They want not Arthas picked into. That was terrible English.
I was going to say I was really hoping for the Illidan pick, since Illidan seems very good right now, but we are going to see
they don't have a bruiser.
Exactly, 2 extra backliners coming in, Tychus and Gul'dan.
Poor Diablo.
Poor Diablo, but a lot of damage for a passive healer like Lucio to deal with, because Lucio's amp it up cooldown is not going to be reduced until he picks up the frequency at level 16. So I am really curious how they are going to deal with this. And on the other hand, we see Ragnaros. A lot of map control, a lot of fire on the
lot of
Hestia
fire
here. Hestia, keeper of the Sacred Flame. See Ragnaros, Kel'Thas.
Taking it quite literally, and I love this. This is going to be a very difficult game, in my opinion, for Team Iris, because Diablo is so vulnerable. However, that being said, I don't think Team Hestia has picked any real CC damage and percentage damage to deal with that Diablo late game as well. So it could go either way here, and I'm really excited to see how it goes.
Yeah, I mean, the best thing here, I think, for when it comes to killing Diablo, a lot of it is in the hands of Ragnaros, and so I just hope that they I hope to see a full E-build coming out from Ragnaros here, with the extra auto attacks and the slow and the shield. I think that would be very annoying for Diablo to deal with, as otherwise they just have gravity lapse, tongue, and condemn, which isn't an awful lot to keep a Diablo under control.
And I'm really excited to see what Diablo build is going to be picked up, because despite that, Diablo is quite an assassin-y kind of tank. As Frozen Storm is going to be the only frontline for Team Iris, they might have to opt up for the Flame W build. As we're loading into the first game of the series, Cursed Hollow, we have Team Hestia versus Team Iris. To any newcomers joining, welcome everyone to the Athena Championship, and I'm hoping you're going to have a fantastic day, because Joy and I are going to have an amazing day today.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. Oh, there we go. Potato PCs are working now. Let's go. Exciting.
Hey, who are you calling a potato PC? It's obviously me. That's the last one.
All right, ladies and gents, on the blue side, we have Team Hestia. We have Fictional playing Dehaka. Purple playing Johanna. Kerbani on the Ragnaros. Potato Kini. I like that name. Lucia.
That's a good name.
Got distracted again. Fnati on the Kael'thas. I didn't even realize the name until I said it out loud.
The battle begins.
Alright, on the other hand, we have Team Iris in red with Gul'dan being played by Lani, Frozen Storm on that Diablo, Battle Sasa on Brightwing, Falstad is being played by Surf Karasurf, and Tychus is being played by Desire Kathy.
All right. First game, everyone going mid. Ragnaros decides, nah, I don't want to be part of the random 5v5 brawl in the mid lane. But the red team need to be careful. They have a lot of damage with the 3 ranged, but they also have a lot of vulnerability. So they do need to be a little bit careful in the early game.
That they do indeed. As we see the first flip coming out onto the game, the Unstoppable is there, but it's not going to save Johanna. First blood in under 30 seconds here for Team Iris.
Excuse me, I'll take back everything I just said. I'm just going to sit back and not talk anymore. I was serious, Joy. Keep going.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm gonna take over from now. Hello. Alright, let's have a look at our level 1 talents coming out here. From the Haka, we have the Enduring Swarm. Alright. Laws of Hope on Johanna, which gives that little bit of burst healing and also that extra passive regenerating. We have Engulfing Flame, as I was hoping to see on Ragnaros. Party mix actually for Lucio, where we normally would see our movement speed talent. Mana Addict, quite a usual one for our Kael'thas. Anything unusual that you see here, Aaron?
Gathering Storm has been picked up by Fawcett, which is a very spicy pick, going Mage Fawcett here, otherwise known. It did get changed in, I would say, recent patches, but it was quite a while ago now. However, it is probably one of the more least popular builds. Diablo has opted for going for Feast on Fear. Very good talent if you can land those wall stuns and wall bangs, so I'm really excited to see some nice wall bang action. Ragnaros has taken the siege camp on the bottom side. The red team has taken theirs on the bottom side, which is going to push a little bit while the objective is going to start spawning in about 20 seconds.
Yeah, we see a Polymorph coming out as Tychus steps out of the bush. They have picked up Press the Advantage, actually. Also not the most regular talent pick on level 1. Alongside In the Rhythm, that constant ding 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 ding.
No! Battle Sasa has gone into a spicy situation here, but Ragnaros might have to pay with his life! Oh! The ganker got counter-ganked.
Yeah, Tychus picking up a kill here as we see Brightwing zipping onto the Bruiser camp to help out Gul'dan. We see 2 people are committed here for the top as Tychus is still clearing out the camp.
Right, the blue team is in a good position here. They have a siege camp pushing top side. They have Prior in the lane. Purple stepping up to clear that camp with her Johanna. But the red team has taken the mid camp and is looking to rotate here very aggressively. Really nice by Frozen Storm. But Lani's in the spot of trouble.
Gul'dan, do we have a Z available here from Brightwing? Brightwing finds her way back into the back line. Safe positioning, but there is Zaka on a beautiful flank. Finds a tongue onto Brightwing. And Fictional is definitely chasing for that kill as blue team takes 1 kill, gets a counter kill. Ragnaros is going to fall as well here. Purple still alive and kicking in the middle of everyone. 3-man condemn as we see Tychus taking a little step back here. Everyone is so low on the red side. What happened here?
Oh, it was a very nice flank by Dehaka, but Lucio did get shredded in the meantime. Oh, really nice charge there by Frozen Storm. This is the problem with the triple range DPS. If you have triple range, it means you're squishy. And if AoE damage is applied, like the Ragnaros and the Kael'thas bomb, and that damage spreads too easily, your backline is very vulnerable and there's nothing you can do. The HP bars on the side of the red team just kept dropping very low, and there was nothing they could do. Brightwing using the Z to TP onto her tank, but she didn't have 7 yet, so she couldn't get that big shield off just yet. Okay, next objective spawn in tribute on the top side of the map. Slightly on the side of the blue team, the tributes do spawn a little bit randomly, but a little bit fairly, we'll say. So the next tribute will spawn slightly on the red side. This means that the red team has a choice here. They could give this tribute because it's just slightly not advantageous for them. But we'll see what they decide.
Yeah, we will see what they decide. We see Ragnaros stepping up, looking for the cheeky channel, changes his mind. Oh. Kelta's not quite in position as we find a wall stun here on to Lucio, but Lucio seems to still be fine. Brighton comes in, joins the fray. Aaron?
Oh my goodness, Diablo dives into the backline. Dahaka tries to get a tongue into the backline there as well. But to both teams popping extremely low. Purple stepping up here, getting a really nice condemn out. Flipping over, Tychus popping low. The tongue action from Dahaka securing the kill onto the Tychus. Ragnar's popping extremely low. Needs to run away. Run, Raggy, run! Oh, but Diablo wallbangs him to death.
Yeah, Ragnaros having a little bit of problems so early on into the game, lasting in the front line. Has to really try and make use of that burst that he has here with his combo of the Meteor Blast Wave and Q. Getting the maximum sustain off. But here it seems that the red team has the upper hand as we find another stun on to Dahaka. Dahaka has a burrow available, finds a tongue again. As we see Keltas a little bit in a pickle, has to find his way back into the backline, but Diablo still standing strong in the front here.
The fight has lasted so long that Tychus and Ragnaros are back into the team fight. Keltas does fall down by the Tychus, but Frozen Storm has to run away because his HP is extremely low. Oh, Purple. Oh no, Battle Sasa are standing at the tribute looking to see if they can channel it. Ragnaros uses his trait to start interrupting the channel. Really nicely done. The Haka borrowing in the middle. Ah!
Fictional rejoining the fray here with that burrow. We find that. Oh, we don't find the tongue actually. As Fictional moves back, tries to capture this tribute, and Johanna doing a fantastic job body blocking any way back towards that tribute. And that means that the blue team is going to get it, even though that the red team has just secured themselves level 10.
That fight lasted so long that team members died and came back again for the round 2.
Yeah, like, and they weren't even global. They just had time to walk there.
Ay, ay, ay. Oh, we do see Fosta flying into the mid lane, trying to get some damage there onto the Lucio. Oh, but Lani might be a little bit in trouble here. I lie, it's Dahaka, but runs away by skirming and rushing through the bushes, getting that movement speed off.
Yeah, which is now baseline, if I believe, right?
I cannot confirm or deny.
I'm pretty sure they made it baseline with this last patch. Because he hasn't picked up the level 1, he's picked up the W duration. So see, the siege camp is being picked up again on the red side. On the blue side, it's already rolling onto the lane. That means it has to be cleared while the third tribute, our curse point for the blue team, is coming up.
Fosta popped a little bit low there in the mid lane, but really nice peel there by Diablo because, you know, usually you don't expect Diablo to peel, but really nice job there. We do see Lava Wave was used in the bot lane, which is a very spicy pick in my opinion. And we see Hinterland Blast. I absolutely love this. This is a full mage build on the Falstead, and I'm all for it right now.
30 stacks already on that Gathering Storm. Yeah, this is gonna start to hurt right now. Lani looking for the cap, but great peel here from Frozen Storm. Finds himself Gravity Lapse, and he still find a way onto the backline with Johanna. The Apocalypse already out. What is happening here?
Really nice Phoenix there to try and zone the rest of the red team away, but Tychus is in the top lane completely by himself with the Dahaka, so this is an honorable 4v4 for the moment. Lani popping extremely low. Nice cleanse by the Brightwing to ensure that her Gul'dan lives. Nice blink into the backline as well here to try and keep Foster and Diablo alive. Kerbani popping extremely low. Hinterland's Blast being used, but Lucio's ultimate to shield his allies is doing much work as Diablo falls.
Yeah. But souls get popped here for Diablo, so he's already alive, but Battle Sasa looking a little bit behind here. Blind comes out, but there is no damage to follow it up. The curse is taken here. Alright, so what is your move? Top fourth, very low already. We're looking quite even in the XP, but now with the curse, the minions fall very fast. So level 13 is looking just around the corner as we see another lava wave coming out on top here.
Chat is absolutely right. Red team is getting the kills, but the blue team is getting the objectives. And you can debate and argue which one is more important. But this means that the blue team have the curse. The red towers are completely deactivated and they can boldly tower dive here. As we see purple going in onto the backline. Really nice blink by the Brightwing to get away. But Diablo is he's not being shredded. He's kind of full HP all the time. I don't really know what to do here. Run, Dibbles, run!
But now he's starting to fall as Ragnaros is joining the fray with those empowered auto attacks from his level 7.
Ay. The towers do fall, but I don't think the blue team is going to be able to commit to keep here as the curse has finally finished. Purple being greedy for that globe for her level 1 globe quest takes a lot of damage for it, but you know, globe aggression wins games. We all know that.
Exactly, we all know it. 17 globes gathered so far on our Johanna. Otherwise, we are stacking pretty well here. Johanna has to start sharing her globes a little bit with Kel'Thas. He's only picked up 12 this game.
Fictional does get away from the top lane with that movement speed. Dahaka doesn't end up being too much in trouble. Diablo APOC being used. Okay. So Frozen Store probably used APOC there to scout out to ensure that they weren't on boss and ensure that they weren't. But now that the global ultimate has been used, the blue team have decided, you know what? We're going to do that boss.
Fictional getting shredded here by the Tigers. Ding, 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 ding. I can just hear the into the rhythm.
That's the little bit problem with Tychus. It looks like he 100s to zeros a lot of players, but what he does is he 100s to 20s, and that last 20 is really hard to get.
Exactly.
Alright, Brightwing Z being used to keep Diablo healthy as they take boss. The rest of the blue team is rotating topside to try and contest this boss. It's going to be late, however, the red team might be able to get a nice engage off here.
They might. Falstad is still in the mid lane. They saw that siege camp being picked up. They know that there are less people there. But Johanna has to pop that iron skin so early. As we say, a lot of ultis committed here.
Lucio does use Sound Barrier. How do you feel about Sound Barrier? As Sound Barrier is probably one of the least popular ultimates right now on Lucio. I personally am a huge fan. Like, you can't go wrong with it, put it that way. But most people go for a high five these days, and
yeah, I mean, for the amount of damage, I think it's much better to go Sound Barrier here because it counterplays, as you mentioned before, it counterplays the Hinterless Blast much better, and you can just endure Commandeer Odin a little bit better as well. However, if you want to play really aggressive on Lucio, and definitely if you're playing into a Diablo, it is nice to have that cleanse available and have the high five to also reposition yourself.
Diablo scouts out the Johanna. Nice E onto Johanna to give her moves. Oh, but Diablo wall charges in, gets the purple flip over onto the other side, but she's still pretty full HP. Foster has to barrel out. Great fear by Lani Ragnaros! Ragnaros!
But Lucio in the middle of everyone doesn't get the cell barrier off because it's still not available. But Lucio somehow keeping Ragnaros alive. He's still alive and Diablo falls in turn. Everyone is low on the side of the red team, but it's Johanna that is gonna go first. Brightwing's still alive somehow. We still have our sound barrier available, and we almost have Lava Wave, but we need Fictional, and Fictional is meanwhile in the bottom lane, pushing for that keep, because they don't really care about this curse point. It's not going to give them anything, except for one little extra favor.
Right, you think after all these COVID restrictions that we've been living through, ladies and gents, that people would understand social distancing and stay away from Kel'Thas bombs. But no, we like to hug, we like to kiss, we like to shake hands, and we're spreading the love here as Kel'Thas gets a lot of value from those living bombs.
Absolutely, in those chokes right there, it is so valuable to have a mage like Kel'Thas. And just imagine if you would have had a Sulfurous Smash on top of that too.
But Lava Wave still does work, you know, that global pressure is very toxic, as you see consistently that the red team have their lanes always pushed and have to get the soak. However, there's a counter argument to that, which is that they're able to get soak consistently because of that and stay in par with levels with the blue team. Slightly behind, half a level behind, but that's nothing to worry about. They can get it back very easily, and they're still very well much in the game.
Absolutely. This is Heroes of the Storm after all. All comebacks are possible. Oh, but we see Kel'Thas slightly changing his mind here, not walking in first. The fear comes out onto Kel'Thas as we see the barrel wall already down from Falstad. But Johanna is living, is still alive. We see the wall flip this time onto Kel'Thas, a beautiful sound barrier. What is going on here?
Fantastic trades coming in and out, but they need to interrupt. The Ragnar's clutch interrupt there. Really nice charge by the Diablo, trying to save the rest of his backline, but his backline is so low. Really nice wall bangs. Diablo's 1v3ing in alone, while the rest of the red team is trying to desperately survive from all this damage. Really nice flip onto the Ragnaros. The Tychus falls extremely low. Fictional did pop low as well, but the Tychus did secure the kill. Diablo's next on the list to fall on the side of Team Iris. But Johannes is out for blood.
God.
She wants that Lanny. She is going in.
Oh, she's got that red in her eye. She's going. She is going in. There is no mana on Falstad. We find a beautiful trade here onto the Falstad from Lucio. And that should be the end of it all.
Damn, the confidence from Purple on Johanna. She is just so aggressive with that tank. She had literally 20% HP most of that fight, and she's like, I don't care. They going down.
Yes, indeed.
Oh, they keep falls on the bot side.
Yeah, I mean, there is nothing that, like, one Brightwing can really do about that, in all fairness.
Yeah, poor Brightwing. Oh, Fictional is taking this camp here. A little bit low, but I don't think the red team are going to have an opportunity to contest. They need to defend this mid lane camp with the mage siege camp here.
They do. Purple is still a little bit on the lower side as Kel'Thas steps up, put the living bomb onto the keep. No one is near to hug that keep.
Oh.
Find a wall flip.
Really nice double Q there. But the rest of the red team is forced to defend their core and the mid keep. This is just, such an awful situation. Oh! Ragnaros uses his passive.
Stun comes out. Johanna into the core mechanic, but no, manages to get away. Beautiful stun onto Tychus. There is a gravity lapse that actually connects. But oh my god, did you see that heal?
Yeah, that was a lot of healing. Tychus is completely balanced and okay to heal, right?
Yeah.
Why would we give healing to ranged DPS?
That is the stuff. Tychus' level 13 talent, where Tychus heals for 100% of the bonus damage that is dealt by minigun after it expires. So he dealt a lot of damage there, that's one thing that we can say for sure.
Oh. Johanna has to pop her D to ensure that she doesn't get CC chained by the boss, but the red team have scouted out, but they know they can't contest because they're so far away from level 20. Well, I say so far away, but you know.
Yeah.
They've opted for taking the objective instead, which is fine. Then they desperately have to rush back and defend the core, because this could be GG if they don't defend the core and if members of the red team fall.
Yeah, this is definitely pressure that they have to get rid of, as now we have a level 20 boss knocking on the keep door, and we see our level 20s being locked in here. We actually have Lord of Terror for Diablo.
Nice.
What do you think about that?
Oh, absolutely. All of Diablo's level 20s are good, as we see him flipping the Ragnaros and queuing him into the tower shot. Great Blessed Shield by Purple to peel, and a great tongue action from Fictional to ensure that Dahaka can't do a whole lot. Absolutely fantastic CC chain by the blue team to secure the kill onto the tank, but the fear on the Ragnaros!
It's a 3-man, and sadly the Hinterlands Blast just misses its mark as we see the root from the boss coming out. And Fictional is immediately stepping up. Lick that Falstad, lick that little bird, enjoy your chicken. It was nice. Winner, winner, chicken for dinner.
Chicken for dinner indeed, as Falstad does fall down. Fantastic tongue action by Fictional as she secures another lick onto the Tychus. This is going to be GG, ladies and gents. I hope I didn't call it too early. On the side of
don't cast a curse.
Team Hestia. Oh, that was so close. Fantastic plays by both teams.
Very well played here indeed. No caster curse applied.
Oh, that tongue action. It's getting really hot in this room right now. Not because all of Europe is going through a heat wave right now. This heat wave is a bit much. It's a bit cooler today. Hopefully the rest of you are keeping safe during this heat wave, guys. Drink lots of water, put a hat on your head. Protection is key. And that applies in other areas in life.
Stay hydrated, you beautiful, beautiful creatures.
All right. So first game goes over to Team Hestia in this first Olympian series. This is not just over yet. It is a best of 3, which means that Team Iris has an opportunity to take a reverse sweep here, take the second game, and still win and continue on in this Swiss matchup.
Yes, they can indeed, but they have opted to go for a map pick. So maybe they have something in mind. Specific draft, maybe some cheese. What do you think?
Before we go on to that, I just want to point out that the damage on the teams is just so funny. I find this hilarious. The blue team, the one Team Hestia, their top damage was Johanna. Johanna
Oh,
was
no
top
way.
damage.
Oh my goodness.
I mean, we saw her go in there with like 20% HP so many times. It was pretty funny.
Yeah.
So it pays off, ladies and gents. This is how you play Storm League. You play Johanna. You do all the damage, and then when you're deep, and then write an all chat afterwards. Like, you know, you can flame your teammates for not doing any damage and say how much you carried. That's how.
Gotta love a good aggressive Johanna though.
Right, we are taken to BOE today. For the second game. I really like Battlefield of Eternity. I consider it quite a mechanical map because it lacks that macro pressure that we saw in the last game on Cursed Hollow. You know, Ragnar's taking Lava Wave, the Haka for the global pressure. It removes that global pressure on this map, and we get to see pure team fighting skills come out here, and I'm really excited to cast that.
Yeah, pure team fighting skills. I feel like we've already seen quite a lot of that, to be honest, in the last map. Fictional already like showing off her how do you say, macro prowess with the Haka. Like continuously pressuring that bottom keep and having it fall to minions in the end just got them such a big advantage. Once they had that curse, there was only one keep left standing, and with that level 20 boss, they managed to end off of that, and I think that is just very impressive macro play overall on Cursed Hollow. As you said here, it's not that important. Here there are other characters that come into play that do definitely have their value here, such as Sylvanas, for example. But also Diablo is very good here. One of your personal favorites, Alarak, could be very good.
That is very true. If I were playing this map, I would try to insta-lock that Alarak. On a side note, I would also like to thank Zane earlier for raiding over, and also Nitli. Welcome everyone, and I'm hoping you're having a fantabulous Saturday. I just realized I mixed up fantastic and fabulous, but it's a new word now, and we're going to go with it and ignore what I just said.
Yes.
So welcome everyone to the Athena Championship, and I'm hoping you're going to enjoy watching these series being casted by myself and Joy K.
Hey Nito viewers. Okay, so we slowly have our lobby filling up here on Battlefield of Eternity. We're already talking a little bit about picks. It's gonna bring me back to what I always want to see. You know it.
Taronda. Yeah. Taronda is probably her best map. If I'm, you can argue with or against me, no problem. But if I ever see a Taronda in this map, I'm not hating on it.
She has no weak maps. No, I'm kidding.
Yes.
She has actually no weak maps, but she has weak comps to play against. She can be quite easily countered very often. But I think with the buffs that came to her auto attack build, she's definitely very strong on this particular map. Having that True Shot aura on level 1, being able to reset your Hunter's Mark and increase your own passive auto attack damage, I think it's just really good for your race, because you get to buff all your auto attackers around you, and it makes your race just so fast.
I'm just writing into the chat to explain why I love Alarak so much in this map. I could explain it verbally that the reason I absolutely love Alarak is because of the strength of telekinesis. First of all, during objective take in a defensive strategy, his telekinesis can be used very aggressively in a defense, but also when you do take the objective, it can be very used against the team as well, using that telekinesis to put them into stun, because that stun on the Immortal is what, 2 seconds? That's a huge.
Yeah, it's like an eternity almost.
Imagine CC chaining with the normal stuns that you have in the game. I don't know, like a power slide and a Tron stun. Let's say that's the only 2 stuns you have. That is a 5-second stun CC chain you have combined together. That's insane. 5 seconds.
That stun timer alone is why this map is called Battlefield of Eternity. Thanks to eternity.
You're stunned for eternity. So yeah. But by that principle, things like Garrosh work really well as well, you know. Throwing people into the stuns as well. Another thing is, though, you can mechanically play this really well so if you ever do play Battlefield of Eternity and you're taking the objective, you will notice that the stuns will actually spawn in the areas you stand. So what you could do, if you're being super smart, is that wait for those stuns to just spawn on the enemy team, and you'll be like, oh, it just spawned and it's right below him. So you power slide or stun them, and then they get CC chained perfectly. That's just a strat, and I hope the teams aren't watching this and getting some evil plans in their heads right now.
Evil plans. I mean, we did talk about the Blast Wave build on Ragnaros, and we did see the full Blast Wave build coming out. So, you never know. You never know.
Right, we're going to go to Game 2, Battlefield of Eternity, Team Hestia versus Team Iris. Hestia did take the first map, so it's Team Iris' opportunity to take it back and own it. Ladies and gents, bets are now open. Team A is Team Hestia and Team B is Team Iris. So if you'd like to place bets on either or teams, the way you do is by writing !bet, spacebar, Team A or Team B, and typing the number of points you want to bet, and place your bets and gamble your points away if your country allows it.
We're seeing some Bet All coming out.
Bet All is really nice here. We do see Diablo and Artanis being banned. I love the Diablo ban. That respect. That Diablo, not gonna lie, was just really, really good. But the Artanis ban is very interesting, as Artanis did get buffed in the most recent patch. I do think Artanis is quite strong, but that's my personal opinion. However, he is, despite the fact that he's a right-clicker kind of hero, he is still quite mechanically challenging. So I would say anyway. And I'm happy to see that, you know, the team's understanding what's good on this map, i.e. Val and Raynor being banned out here, and taking them away to try and make the playing field as even as possible. We do see Li Ming being picked up first by Team Hestia.
Yeah, alright. So Li Ming as a first pick. I'm really curious to see what they're going to answer with here, because there is a lot on the table that can make the game a lot harder for Li Ming.
Ming provides a lot of poke on the objective as well, so it's always a safe pick.
Yeah, that's what I mean. We're gonna see the Lunara coming out. Lunara is so good into Li Ming with that passive movement speed to sidestep all of Li Ming's abilities. Grabbing that leaping strike on level 10, making sure you can slow her and get onto her to just easily kill her, because she is still very squishy, of course. We see the Lucio again from Potato Kini.
That's such a good name. I can't.
It is. It's such a good name. I love it. I absolutely love it.
Oh, Potato Kini is so good.
Greymane has made it into the match. Okay.
So one of the things that you see in pro play and in just high low level plays, you don't tend to see a prioritization on DPS picks so early. But Battlefield of Eternity across the board in history has always been one of those maps that you do prioritize DPS picks on. Picking that Ming, Greymane, Vala, I'm trying to think of like the most traditional picks for race. Raynor, yes. These heroes have been just so classical and so important to pick and prioritize that they're always a first ban and first pick. So I really do like on the side of the blue team the fact that they've already picked up probably the next best racers, Ming and Greymane. Ming race isn't, let's say, the best, but what she provides is fantastic poke if you are in a defensive position. So absolutely love it.
Yeah, but also if you're in offensive position, you can still poke the objective from very safely. We see the priority for the third ban coming out onto tanks. None of the teams have picked up a tank yet. So 3 of them have been removed. This leaves quite a lot of them open. Johanna is still open, as we saw Purple play it earlier. But I'm really curious what we are going to see from Team Iris here. Ooh, they're gonna take away that Johanna and pick up the Kel'Thas. Kel'Thas, I like the pick here. Having that extra stun available, the gravity lapse as soon as this Greymane wants to jump in. People have to huddle together if you have Lucio as a healer, because his healing range isn't fantastic. So Living Bomb can get a lot of value as well here. Not great for the race potential though, but I feel like with the Johanna they want to turtle together and play very defensively. Ooh, and we have some dive coming out here with Blaze and Anubarak.
Oh, fantastic front line coming here on the side of the blue team. Anubrak's considered quite a squishy tank sometimes, especially against AA, but he's picking Anubrak into Kel'Thas and Lunara, which is, that's just so difficult to deal with because they don't have that AA consistent damage. Like Lunara is AA, but it's a lot of magic damage on the poison, right? So fantastic counter draft coming out here on the blue team. And Diva, last pick being picked up here by Lani.
Yeah, I was hoping to see Diva coming out, one of the offlaners that has the better race potential available. So just to kind of turn the tide for Team Iris and their potential to win this objective.
Yeah, the race does seem to favor the blue team slightly, in my opinion, if all members commit, even with Blaze and all of his flames coming out. However, getting a kill or two, making sure that they are up there to defend the objective, it doesn't mean that the red team loses the objective inherently. So, anything goes. And I'm excited to see how this is going to be played out. Both teams have a comp in mind, one being a sustained damage comp, the other being a burst. And whoever just manages to pull off their comp better is the team that wins, in my opinion.
Yeah, that is also the team that will win the game. So, we will see.
All right, we are in the loading screen into the second game of the ATHENA Championship. The ATHENA Championship is a all-women's tournament. This is the second time that this is being done by Heroes Lounge, and after a successful first series, and hoping this is going to be another successful second series. Welcome, everyone. We are in the Olympian division, Team Hestia versus Team Iris. Team Hestia has taken the first map, and it's the opportunity of Team Iris to have a comeback. Okay, we have Fictional playing Greymane on the side of the blue team, which is Team Hestia. Potato Kini on the Lucio once more. Kiribani on the Blaze. Fnadi on Li Ming. And Purple playing the Beetle King, Anubarak.
All right, and looking to turn the tide and get a win for themselves to stay in this series, Team Iris in red. We have Lani in the top lane on Diva. Frozen Storm, this time not on tank, but on Lunara. Battle Sasa on Deckard. Kel'Thas is being played by Desire Kathy, and Kara Surf is on Johanna.
Couple of heroes being swapped out, as Kel'Thas and Johanna were on the enemy team last time. We do see Blaze on the bot side in the beginning to see if they can get an early pick, which is understandable. They have a huge CC chain with Blaze and Anubrak, but they don't seem to decide to commit to anything, so rotate back top side. Really nice route there onto the Lucio. Anubarak popping a little bit low. Purple needs to respect that early damage from Kel'Thas and Lunara.
Very, very true. Potions have already been put out by Deckard so that Johanna can safely advance.
Oh.
As we see the E in from Anubarak. This is surely a bad idea. Oh my god, that Nerubian armor is there to save the day. Oh, Jesus Christ, I did not expect that to come in at the very last moment.
That was such a close situation and a very aggressive dive there. Level 1 talents, we do see party mix coming out here by Lucio Wolfheart on the side of Greymane, and new habits, meaning the Blaze needs to collect some globes to be able to get a unstoppable on his trait.
Yeah, otherwise Ether Walker and Legion of Beetles.
Do you see the blue team taking the camp here? A really nice burrow out there by Purple. She was getting a bit shredded here, but the camp is being
but
taken.
this leaves people alone. Oh my god, they get the camp, but what are they going to pay with? It should be both of their lives, most likely, or is it? Oh my god, the living bomb. I am, my heart. Oh, my poor heart. Kathy with the snipe over the wall. Very, very well played here as they find first blood onto Greymane.
Ay, ay, ay. That was a fantastic scout there by the Keltas. We do see Diva Bomb falling on the top side, but she doesn't fall. Really nice. And Numerak shield there again. Clutch saving it. It's all good. That's all good.
Oh, the amp it up has to be committed here just to make sure that if Lunara presses her W, that is not going to be another kill. Kelthas really doing a lot of damage, it seems, so far. Already on 7k compared to 3k on the other side of the on the other team. I mean, Fictional opting for that top camp, but here is Pilot Diva, has that available, that mech, and decides to not chase for the kill, but go for the camp instead. Could have been a kill and a camp if you ask me, but we see a rotation coming up here as we see Johanna on the other side. This should surely be the end of Fictional's life. If Blaze didn't find his way onto the point, it might actually kill Lunara here and find the kill. Fictional is going to fall in the end as we see so many living bombs being spread. Blaze falls as well. The root is not going to connect onto Lucio, but man, it's such a back and forth map already here as our first objective has spawned.
Oy, 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 that was such a close situation there, but fantastically played by Diva there, securing the camp by putting her bomb on the point and ensuring that they couldn't do a whole lot with it. Lani and Kathy here stepping up to start racing on the objective, careful to dodge those stuns. The rest of the blue team is coming on the top side, trying to get some damage onto the Immortal, while Battle Sasa is stepping up to get some root stacks going here.
Oy, 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 and that is a big root as Li Ming gets rooted into the stun for an eternity.
And Battlefield of Eternity. We do see the red camp pushing on top side, the blue camp pushing on bot side, getting a lot of value and getting that wall down already. Two of the towers below 50% HP. The first objective is going to go on the side of the red team as they manage to shred the Immortal that little bit faster with the bit of lead that they did have. But this means now that the red team have a chance to push with the objective on this map. This Immortal is going to go bot side. It goes to the lane where the least damage has been done.
It does, and I have to say, in the draft we predicted that this team would have a really hard time winning the race, but with their great map control, the siege camp pushing in the bottom side, or in the top side I mean, they managed to get a lead as well. Get that off the kills here. We see a root coming out here onto Lucio. Lucio already at half HP, probably has to pop that amp it up pretty soon just to make sure that he himself can stay into in the fight, as he's again taking a lot of damage. Has to go back just slightly. I think this is going to be a first fort possibly taken here.
It perhaps is if Fnati and Fictional can't shred it down, but they do get it down. Purple popping extremely low. Needs to be careful with the Lunara damage coming out. Fictional stepping up quite aggressively here, looking to get a pick off, possibly nice burrow in there by Purple, but narrowly missing the Keltas. Carsurf is doing a lot of work in the front line, ensuring that her back lines aren't damaged in any way. In the top side, we do see Kurbani shredding the Diva and doing very well, but the problem with Blaze versus Diva, Diva doesn't have any mana, Blaze does, and needs to constantly regen and get that from the fountain or from the base. The blue team on the boss side is taking camp on Nubarak, standing in the bush, really nice zoning off. Hopefully they'll get the point here. Oh, very nicely done.
Yes, they do get that point. Yes, we still see a little bit of a lead coming out here though from the red team, but otherwise the XP is neck on neck here.
Oh, really nice burrow attempt there by Purple onto Frozen Storm, onto Lunara. Really nice CC chain onto... Oh, fantastic. That was a really nice combo also by Fictional. Throwing out the cocktail, throwing out a human auto attack, and then going into wolf form to secure the kill. Just what really small combos that secure kills like that. So as a
Oh, but
nice
the Eon
burrow.
to Frozen Storm, that is a reset, and that should be 2 resets here for Li Ming.
Fantastic engages here, coming out here from Li Ming, from Greymane, but the CC chain set up by Nubrak is what's securing the kills. Really well played by Purple. The first tower does fall onto the side of the blue team as the Immortal is spawning in the next 5 seconds.
Yeah, and I am just looking as we've locked in our level 10s, and I actually see an orb build Li Ming here with Disintegrate in its full glory.
Disintegrate being used here for the race. Really nicely done there by Fnatic. But Lani is stepping up here. They do have level 10s. So this is a really nice team fight. But the burrow on the Lunara. Frozen Storm pops extremely low. Has to hop over to save her life. But Greymane tries to secure a really nice hop.
Oh my god, Frozen Storm actually still alive, but the slow from Lucio manages to secure the kill onto Lunara. As we see, the level 10s are also locked in. There is the stay a while and listen. As we see a Nubrak burrowing in, the Disintegrate is trying to do damage. It's all eaten by D.Va, it doesn't do a lot. Falling Sword, it's just missing Greymane.
Oh, a lot of ultimates being popped on the side of either teams, but kills weren't secured as much as I thought they would be. However, as I'm speaking, Purple popping really low has to burrow out to ensure. Oh, the
Oh no, the Pyro Blast! Boom!
No! Dun, dun, dun. Ultimate BM in Heroes of Storm, ladies and gents, is dying to a Pyroblast Kael'thas. Very, very sad indeed. We do see the blue team taking the camp while their tank is down. Really nice call by them. While the rest of the red team is shredding the Immortal, despite the fact that they lost the first half. You have an opportunity to get back into it by getting kills and getting back into the second half.
Yeah, exactly, but D.Va in that pilot mode just does so much damage to the Immortal. Her auto attacking so fast, but Battle Sasa is going to fall right before the Immortal gets taken. So that is not ideal for the red team, having to play without their healer for just 15 seconds.
The objective does go on the side of the red team, so it does mean that that Team Iris aren't in too much trouble. However, this does give a free defense opportunity for the blue team. Immortal going onto the top side as it is the lane with the most structures, or the healthiest structures. Fnatic using all her Disintegrate and all her orbs to try and shred the Immortal here. Really nice stun there onto the Kael'thas to stop any damage from coming through as the Immortal is going down.
It is red team forced to play so safe without Deckard. So they have to back it up as Blaze finds a big double stun. The Disintegrate comes out, and then it's going to be the end of both the backliners as we see the Cocoon coming down onto Deckard. So very well timed was the Cocoon, but wasn't the E. But oh my god, Deckard still falls.
Oi, 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 fantastic setup by the blue team, committing onto that squishy backline. Really nicely played. Lunar and Kael'thas both fall down as they were unfortunately on top of each other in that perfect CC chain created by Team Hestia. We do see D.Va at least trying to get some counter here by taking the bot camp. Really nice shout there by Lani, understanding from a macro pressure.
She is going to lose her mech otherwise.
Oh.
Yeah, she is. Yeah, she is.
The blue team is going to be taking this bruiser camp here. Might be a bit of an iffy fight as the rest of the red team has spawned back. Battlesea trying to get a great sleep.
Oh, the sleep, but it doesn't get interrupted in time as we see a lot of damage coming out onto Lucio. But it's not going to be enough. And yes, you mentioned it. We need to wait for that level 13 here.
Level 13 is coming out of the red team very soon as the Immortal is going to be spawning in 30 seconds. The red team will get level 13 in time, and it is a chance for them to take a fight. Ultimates are going to be back up for everyone, bar Deckard.
Exactly. So what I want to see from Lunara here is that spell shield, and with the choking pollen, I just want to see one Hoppity onto Li Ming, Q for the choking pollen, W, and another ulti, and yeah, just like that, but then that's Greymane instead. Oh, and there is one more Hoppity! Walk down, get the potion! No! Soundbarrier has to be committed though to try and keep Greymane alive.
Potato Keeney doing everything she can to keep her teammates alive. Purple is alone in the backline with 2 people. The rest of the team focusing the front line that they can. Kobani popping extremely low with Johanna and D.Va as the main source of damage. Bomb being used out here to zone the rest. Kobani!
going to be enough. D.Va with her endless health bars is just full HP again with the mech back up. Anubarak finds himself in a little bit of a pickle as he falls as well.
The blue team don't have any frontline. Fictional is going to be the source of focus and damage, but tries to get a counter kill. Oh, kill that! Oh my goodness, Fictional actually gets a kill. No, you don't get to live. No kill. No! Wait, what? Lucio dies to the Power Blast in the meantime as I was ranting, and Fictional actually gets to live and miss 1v4. What the actual... Carlos.
That's how it goes. That's the tea.
I like how I quickly substituted a name there that I could have used a swear word, but I was very professional there. We do see Fictional here poking down, trying to get some damage out here, but jumps in onto the landing.
I mean, this should be a kill, no? It should be a kill indeed, but there always see the Li Ming that is taking so much time to channel the disintegrate. It's so easy to abuse it if you are a choking Pollen Lunara. I just want to see it happen.
We do see Blaze getting as much value as he can with Grill and Kill. Very interesting level 13 being picked up, considering that the buffed talent was the level 13 E-stun damage. I did get nerfed in the last patch, I believe, though. Maybe.
Yes, I think so.
All right. The objective again, once more, goes on the side of the red team. Team Iris absolutely dominating these objectives. Despite being behind in kills, they are getting the objectives. However, structure's slightly in favor of the blue team, but I'm pretty sure this top fort is going to fall. There's nothing they can do about it but try and defend the keep.
Yeah, I mean, the stun does a lot of damage. Kiribani taking a lot of damage. Living Bomb gets picked up by Lucio. Sharing is caring. As we see the E in from Anubarak and now... But the stay a while and listen is there. It's big, but now Deckard is in a lot of trouble here. Greyman was already on top of them. D.Va is trying their best to peel for everyone because there is no Johanna just here, and there's another E. Purple going in relentlessly as the falling sword enters the fray here. Oh my god.
What a fantastic turnaround. Johanna from the bot side moved all the way up and used Falling Sword to actually close the distance to get on top of that Nubarak, which was fantastically done there. The red team did survive despite being very, very low and very close fight. They did win that battle. Coming up here onto the top side of the camp, but the blue team spotted out. Contesting? Question mark?
Gravity Lab to try and deny the getting onto the point, but now Lunara is here, and now she has finally found that Li Ming, and now we are... What I'm talking about! There we go, Frozen Storm. That's what I wanted you to do the whole game. Good job, Boo Boo. You did it.
Oy vey. I would like to point out, okay, Karbani does fall, of course. I'd like to point out that Johanna popped extremely low in that team fight and had to walk off that point. Like, 2 DPSs were there, but Battle Sasa on Deckard was like, I'm the tank now. Move over. Marches in and stands on that point and doesn't move from it. Fantastically played there by the Deckard and the rest of the red team to secure the camp as they're moving on onto their Bruiser camp here to make sure that they get all the camps, get all the pressure, as the Immortal is going to be spawning in the next 9 seconds.
But Tofu.
Yes?
Deckard gets armor if he is close to his allies. Battle Deckard is tank Deckard.
Tank Deckard, indeed. We do see super healing potions coming out from Deckard as well, actually. So even more survivability as long as you don't take those potions immediately.
Absolutely. As we see the Kenai's cube coming out here, reducing the damage onto Greymane, which is of course their biggest eraser. Moving into a defensive position here is the red team. Now I wonder what's going to happen as we see Blaze jumping in. Has that ultimate available. There's a stay a while and listen once again, but big new habits actually.
Oh, fantastic Lucio shield there to ensure that they don't fall too low, but the reset on Fictional.
Oh, the stealth! I've never seen so much value from that talent.
So much value indeed as Fictional once again gets away. The adventures of how Fictional gets away with 2 HP is going to be a TV show series after this Athena Championship, ladies and gents. Lani does go in. Lani does go in on Fictional, but I don't think she'll be able to get away this time. Fire Blast to Lucio! Why is it always Potato Kitty? Why? Why?
Because it's just slightly tilting and a little bit frustrating if you're the only person in the team that gets pyroblasted every time. It's just like when Muradin jumps on top of you and you're like, oh shit, here we go again, and you see that haymaker coming to your face.
Oh, I've never seen so much pyroblast value, honestly. Like, it's insane the amount of value it's getting in these team fights. Securing the kills onto those low HP targets. But the red team does get the objective here. This is going to be, again, every objective has been won by the red team so far, if I'm not mistaken. Big push. Look at that big wave in the bot side with the objective. The red team is going to be able to try and take the keep here. And if they get kills, it could be game.
Could be game indeed. It could be game indeed, and we know what that means.
The reverse sweep is real.
Yeah, it means that we are going to game number 3 and that it's even. But now,
We did the caster's curse.
Johanna is taking a lot of damage, and we are going to stop talking about that because I don't want to caster curse anybody here. So we see the root coming out here. New habits already being popped again. Perfect to deny the initial sleep of Stay Johanna. Listen, still gets the sleep off though as Kiribani moves back in with the combustion. Oh, the falling sword! The 20 is here, so Johanna is going to get it back. Oh no! She's picked up Indestructible.
Indestructible indeed to try and survive. Doesn't take the ultimate upgrade. Lunara popping extremely low. Blaze trying to get the stun in onto the backline, narrowly missing. Deckard is cocooned, so he isn't able to heal his allies.
Oh, jump Lunara! Oh my gosh, she didn't even have the chance to jump. Is now finds herself in the middle of everyone. Gets another stealth off, and just there because of that stealth, every time gets the lift, but the core is falling, and we know what that means.
The core is falling, but it is still a 4v4. The blue team has an opportunity to take a fight here. Really nice burrow there onto the Kel'Thas. Kel'Thas trying to do damage onto Fictional. Purple trying to zone out the rest of Deckard. But the potions! Everyone is just dancing on the potions, trying to keep themselves alive. Battle Siege!
Oh, but Cassie is gonna go 6% onto the core. It's going to be it. GG! Team Iris equaling the series.
Oh, I'm gonna pee my pants. I really need a pee, man. But like, oh my god, that fight was so funny because it was like Deckard just bonking the Grey Mane every time. Oh, that stun on Deckard, that talent is just too funny sometimes. I really like. If anyone wants to rewatch that, that is just a funny fight. Speaking of peeing in my pants, I wasn't joking about that. I am going to gracefully leave and take a water closet break. And Joy, cover me. Bye.
Alrighty, that leaves you and me, chat. That leaves you and me. Definitely. Alrighty, so taking a look at our post-game screen over here, we have a lot of damage coming out of this Kel'Thas here. Good value, as we've mentioned before, from our Pyroblast, but also the living bombs, causing people to just sit back into that back line and wait out the bomb explosion to not spread it too much. Otherwise, I feel like Fictional really grabbing this game by the balls here with 10 kills. Not coming out on top with the damage, but still doing a formidable job finishing off every kill, securing 10 kills alone for her team. But it wasn't enough. It simply wasn't enough. The durability of the red team and being able to, after level 16, wear down with damage into Lucio's healing, that unfair advantage really paying off here with the slows of the Condemned, the roots from Deckard, the gravity lapses. They all just empowered Lunara's damage more to just counteract that overtime healing that Lucio did. So even though there were some really nice bursty kills here, it was the red team that is equalizing the series for now. And I'm just going to take a small look at our talents to see what we have. And Siri thought, oh, I'll just join in. I am such a talent. You are, Siri, but not right now. Hit the nitrous. I mean, it's all really standard, very much. As we were talking about the Heraldric staff, got so much value in the end, dancing around the core as Deckard is just bumping away with Greymane in the big 1v1. But we are going to have a look where we are going for our next map.
Well, it seems that everyone strategically did take a 2-minute break. As this is a really intense series. I'm gonna
It is.
I slid in very casually here. Very close series. First game going over to Team Hestia, and then the second game going over to Team Iris. In the best of 3 series here, and both games were actually close. Like, it wasn't a stomp on either side. I thought Power Blast got so much value in that last game, which is it's so funny to me, because in my Storm League, like, every Kael'thas who is on your team is absolutely disastrous, but every Kael'thas on the enemy team is just like smurfing it with Pyroblast and getting so much value. It doesn't always feel like that.
No. I just OTP Brightwing, so you know, you pick the spell armor, you wait for the Pyroblast to come, you spell armor it, you blink on top of it, and it's fine.
It's fine indeed. I guess
It's
I'm just very
fine.
sad being a
And
tank.
I'm literally that meme sitting in the fire thinking, this is fine.
Everything is on fire, but everything is fine. All right. Kane tanking the entire damage from gaming. The K in Joy K stands for Kael'thas counter. Oi!
Oi, oi, oi! That can only be one person who says that.
The one
It's
and
the
only.
other half of my K. No, the K in Joy K stands for Joy Karis. Kel'Thas counter. That's a new one.
All right, Team Hestia, who did lose the second game, ends up opting for map pick. So how Heroes Lounge works and how the ATHENA Championship works is that the losing team decides whether they want map pick or first pick. First pick meaning that they ban the heroes first, but also they get the first pick in rotation, which is really important in the meta right now, especially with the recent patches coming out. If you ban 4 of the OP heroes, there's that 1/5 one left open. However, I think the devs and Heroes of the Storm are on this bandwagon right now. If we make everything OP, nothing is OP.
That must be exactly what the devs are thinking. I mean, what is the best way to balance out the game, right?
Mm-hmm. I like it. I like that strategy. This is a very good one.
Now they just have to make every map objective trash. And then, you know, this whole game will be as balanced as it has ever been.
A battle royale. Okay, match launch 1, map pick, and they go for Tomb of the Spider Queen, a very scary map indeed, where these big scary spider ladies come out and try to destroy your fort and kill you. Not very nice at all. Nope, nope.
No, I certainly wouldn't want that to be a thing.
That sounds like a nightmare, man. When I described it there.
Imagine you're just chilling at home watching Netflix or playing HOTS, and all of a sudden this angry spider lady crawls into your house, destroys your house, and tries to kill you. Oh. No, thank you.
No, thank you, indeed. Some of these usernames for the ladies in the game is just so good. I can't get over Potato Keen. Why is it making me laugh every time I say it, though? Like, it's such a good...
Because you are literally thinking probably of a potato in a bikini.
So good, though. Transparent is secretly in the background. You need to start putting like a potato skin in a bikini right now for everyone to see, and enforce it on our viewers and have that vision in their minds.
He is really fast with Photoshop. He might probably get it done, actually.
All right, we have everyone here. We do have a funny situation where we just have a couple of spies being in the teams, but the teams are going to be rearranged, and we're going to start game number 3. To those of you who are just joining right now, this is the Athena Championship, an all female championship series. We are casting the Olympian division at the moment, where Team Hestia has taken the first map and Team Iris took the second, and we're in the best of 3. So this is the deciding clutch game. Both teams are very close to each other in skill level, so they're playing so evenly. It's bizarre, the back and forth that's been happening, and I'm really excited to cast the final game here on Tomb of the Spider Queen.
I'm excited too.
We're having a potato skin conversation. Potato bikini.
So is it potato bikini as in bikini made out of potato? Or is it potato in a bikini?
Oh, a bikini made out of potatoes. That's another vision.
Yeah,
Damn.
it is. I
That
wonder
would
if
just
that's
look nude.
healthy.
No. It probably won't be safe to go to the beach with that.
No, I don't think so either. No, let's just go with the potato in a bikini.
Mm-hmm. All right, finally, our rant of potatoes and bikinis is over now, as we're going to game number 3 into the draft here. The Team Hestia did opt for map pick, which means that Team Iris has the first ban and first pick. We'll see what they ban out. We did see a couple of respect bans coming out with the Diablo ban, and I wonder if Team Hestia is going to do it again. Tomb of Spider Queen, maybe not the most iconic map for Diablo, but it's still a good pick. Lots of walls.
It used to be a really good map for Diablo, right? When there was this time that Diablo was first pick material.
Back in the good days.
Back in the good days. Back in the good days. But I feel like we have to see some priority onto Johanna here. We've seen Johanna in every game so far. It has a 100% win rate, by the way. So
the team that gets Johanna wins the video game.
you could kind of say that. Kind of. But we will see as our Team Iris bans first what it's going to be.
Team Iris is going to get the first ban, and they're going to ban Blaze. Very nice ban.
All right.
Blaze did get nerfed in the most recent patch, but he is still quite strong, especially in the bruiser role. I do personally prefer him as a tank. However, he is considered quite difficult to play, especially with his low HP pool, so it's understandable. We see the classical Vala ban that Team Hestia has been banning consistently. She is very strong, squishy, but she is a very strong damage dealer right now in the meta.
Absolutely. Absolutely. With the recent buffs, Bliss may have gone a little bit overboard, so they turned it down a little bit, but Vala still seems very oppressive, as if she gets enough space, she just can't be stopped.
What I did notice in the previous game, actually, in BOE, was that Zagara didn't get banned or picked, which was very interesting considering she's very strong. Now, maybe BOE is just not the best map for her, which is understandable. She'd rather be on a global map. But I'm interested to see if they do pick her up for her wave clear and poke here on Tomb of the Spider Queen. Still not a macro based map, but could be picked up.
I mean, good counter push, but of course, Asmodan being available, just that's something that's too good to pass.
Ew. There's the Johanna with the Cassia pick. Very classical comp.
All right, so does this mean that now they've got the Johanna, they win the video?
That is true, ladies and gents. If any of you are just tuning in now, any team that has had Johanna so far in the series has won the game. So if you want to place your bets, gamble away and see how it works out. We do see that Zag is the highest win rate at the moment, Jimmy kindly providing the stats. 62% at the moment in Storm League. That's a bit absurd, I would agree. 62% is
a lot indeed, as you see May actually being picked up for the first time alongside Anduin. We've also not seen Anduin this series. So no Lucio yet, and I wonder if we're going to see the ban onto Lucio for our third rotation. I think it would be a good call.
Yeah, that's a really good call. We do see Jaina being banned out. Very fantastic wave clear from the Ice Mage herself. And she did get buffed recently again. So it's really nice to see her coming slowly back into the meta as she was absolutely butchered and
Yes.
murdered last year.
Yeah, she was, which put her in such a niche position where you could like only pick her if you were like facing super heavy dive like Illidan or something, because then it's really nice having that water elemental and that constant slowing available. We see the ban onto Lucio as I predicted, so I wonder. Okay, we're gonna see Brightwing.
Ah, Brightwing being picked up. Really nice use of her trait, especially if she picks the cooldown reduction in level 1. Because in Tomb of Spider Queen, the double soak is so prominent that she can spam it so much more often, which is really nice.
She can, and we're opting for Rainer as well, a double auto attack comp. Okay.
It can work absolutely, especially in a sustained damage comp, which is what I can see so far coming out from the team from Team Hestia so far. Team Iris have a mage already picked up, Asmodan, so they need an auto attacker that can do a lot. I would say Sylvanas would be the most ideal pick right now for them.
It's going to be Kuromi. And I was going to say, actually, rather than having a double auto attack comp on Tomb of the Spider Queen, I always rather have a double mage comp.
For that wave clear. Wave clear is very important in Tomb of the Spider Queen. There's a couple of maps in Heroes of the Storm where wave clear is just, it's such an important thing that you can't mess it up. Even if you win every team fight, sometimes it's just not enough.
Exactly, like you can't mess it up. It's so important. But also, you have so much poke potential with a double mage comp, and there's just a lot of places to fall back to into this just how the map is built. With Tomb of the Spider Queen, I feel like if you have a bigger poke comp, it's just easier to wear your team down on a map like this.
To those of you who are just joining or are new to this, the bets are now open, ladies and gents. It means that you can bet for Team A, Team Hestia, or Team B, Team Iris, and place any or all the points that you can. Write !bet, followed by the letter that you'd like to support and bet your points on, and spacebar again and bet the points that you would like to bet, or like Ericaf and Martin Tail have done, bet all. Everything or nothing.
Exactly. So if you want to bet for Hestia, you can type A, and if you want to bet for Team Iris, you can bet on Team B.
All right, this is going to be game number 3. It's going to be a really clutch situation here in this Swiss-like tournament where Team Hestia or Team Iris are going to win this, depending on who. That sounds so funny. Depends on who wins this game. What I mean is they win the whole series in this best of 3 if they whichever team that actually wins this map. So it's really going to be really close, really exciting, and any mistake can be punished. So I'm really looking forward to seeing what either team pulls out here. All right, game number 3. We have the blue team, Team Hestia. We have Fictional on the variant, Kurbani on the Rainer, Potato Kini on the Brightwing, Fnati on Cassia, and Purple playing Johanna.
Okie dokie. On the right hand side, we have Battle Sasa, not on healer this time, providing the heals on Asmodan. No. Anduin is the healer this game, and he is played by Frozen Storm, Desire Kathy on Thrall, Lani on Kuromi, and Karasurf on May.
All right. We are going to see them all go into mid lane this time. Crummy would like to get a couple of stacks going if possible. Johanna going quest, Rainer going quest, Cassia going quest, Asmodan has a quest. Yeah, this is a very questy game.
It is, but not for Crummy. Crummy has picked up her Time Walker's Pursuit, the spell power increase.
Yes, she does. She has picked it as the quest isn't baseline anymore and hasn't been for a long time. Zed being used here onto the purple to ensure that the May engage is nullified. Very fantastically done there by Potato Kini. Nice route there to ensure that Johanna can't step up too much.
Okay,
Rainer did get the soak in the top lane, which means that Thrall is a little bit... Oh, it's Chromie in the solo lane and Thrall in the top lane. Interesting call here by the red team. Try to make it a little bit unbalanced and make the blue team a little bit frazzled with this comp, as I am right now.
Yeah, I think it was more just Chromie was already on the bottom side of the lane. Thrall already found his way top, so Chromie is here to just pick up the soak and is now leaving bot to rejoin the 4-man. Or is she?
We've been misled.
I am being bamboozled as I speak.
That's the thing, it's bamboozling, and that's a strat. That's a legit strat. If you don't know what you're doing, the enemy team doesn't know what you're doing. It's a legit strat, as we see the red team slightly behind in the rotations, but it is standard as Johanna's wave clear is just fantastic. Really nice rotations here by the blue team. But Asmodan getting some nice dunks in there at 58 stacks already in just 2 minutes. Less than 2 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, so the thing with this divide over lanes is that Chromie versus Varian. Varian can't really do much to Chromie until he gets level 4. But that level 4 is just about to get here, and now we are going to see what is gonna come from our Varian, as Chromie has no mana and has to surely back it up here. We see the taunt coming out, but under the towers. Under the tower, so Varian has to step back, as we see the blue team is looking to pay in the gems that they have so far.
Really nice there. I'm interested in seeing that taunt has been picked up, which just means that they're lacking wave clear in the off lane here. Purple stepping up here, trying to get some damage in. Really nice boops there. Raynor trying to get a couple of stacks in with his level 1 quest, picking up level 2 quests as well, and Johanna picking up her level 4 quest. What is with these quests? Tim!
We all just love quests. It's nice, you know, if you get to hear that little pling every now and then. Oh, we see Mei coming in, but the cleanse comes out from Brightwing, denying the slow that would have locked them into the stun.
Oh,
the
really nicely
XP
done.
advantage is starting to creep in here for the team in blue. And if we look bot, we see that Varian was about to kill Chromie. Chromie actually gets out skin over tea.
Nice stopwatch there to ensure that Chromie lives. I'm guessing the reason why Thrall hasn't been placed into the bot lane just yet is because of the level 1 quest. If you double soak, you get an opportunity to get double the amount of quests. Maybe that's the big brain strat here that I'm trying to evolve and keep up with. The blue team does have enough gems now to turn in, but are opting to continuously double soak. Their comp is fantastic for doing the 4-man rotations very, very quickly.
Absolutely true, as Varian finds his way onto Thrall. They trade a bit of damage, but it is not significant, let's put it like that. Bruiser Camp is being picked up on the side of the red team.
Go Bruiser team!
Woohoo! There they come!
2, 4, 6, 8. Who do we appreciate? Bruiser team! Alright, the Bruisers do go over inside of the red team and is going to push into the mid lane. The rest of the blue team is continuously double soaking, still having that gem advantage as we see purple on the Johanna turning in the last gems and getting the first objective.
Yeah, alright. Mei stepping up really far, still has that trade available, so doesn't have to be too careful, but has to realize that Anduin is still top.
Anduin, best wave clear in the game. Wait, Frozen Storm, you're confusing me. Weren't you the tank first game, the DPS second game, and the third game the support? I like this. I like this.
It just shows how
diverse.
Yeah, how diverse their hero pool is. As we see the cleanse being committed a little bit too early here. Brightwing. There's the Z.
Oh, very nice cleanse. Oh, but the engage. Oh, the polymorph.
Oh, the polymorph, but the trade still available as we see Desperate Prayer coming out from Anduin to get Mei back to full health.
Desperately kneeling down to save his tank. Lani popping extremely low here onto the Johanna, trying to get on the Chromie, trying to get the Johanna, but it wasn't quite enough. Karbani also being focused here a little bit by Asmodan, but nothing to fear. You need to understand that the red team might be slightly behind in XP and damage, but they are a scaling team with Asmodan and Chromie. That being said, the stacks on Raynor and the stacks on Hestia make the blue team scaling as well.
They do, as blue team is taking their first forwards. Anduin being the only to actually take top and try to clear this.
Poor Anduini. Covering the lane and top lane by himself, using everything he can to defend, but not quite enough. Right, the rest of the blue team takes the wall in the mid lane, and Lani is the only one standing there tanking the Johanna. Oof!
Stopwatch
Nice
comes
stopwatch.
out, but it's not going to be. Oh!
Yes!
Frozen Storm with that leap of faith. So timely. Very well played.
These support plays on either side are pretty fantastic, not gonna lie. We
Absolutely.
love to see good support players. Oh, we do see Fictional maybe in a spot of trouble. Nice vision by Lani there. But Fictional does get out. Understands that her spider tingly senses were tingling. I said that very wrong. And she
Spider
ran away to
tingly
safety.
senses tingled. Yes.
English is
We see
hard.
the siege camp being picked up here on the bottom side as May stays behind a little bit and a perfectly timed blizzard coming out from her. But
Very
level
nicely
10s
done.
are here and that needs to be respected, so it would be wise to back off here. Gating is still available for her.
Sowing
As we
plants.
see Frozen Storm lingering around. But
Sowing Sands
yeah.
is a really nice choice, actually, considering that the enemy team don't have a hard cleanse for time loop. It's still a very good talent, even if they don't have cleanse. Look, Sowing Sands is just big, AoE slow, very punishing, very difficult to deal with. So I do like the pick, regardless of the fact that they don't have cleanse. That being said, the red team does get a turn in here, and they're going to push with the objective. Thrall still hasn't picked his level 10, and making me very, very uncomfortable and excited
Oh,
here.
he's picked up Earthquake here on my screen.
Oh, now, yeah.
And I love that. I mean, you know, from the earlier games, you know how aggressive Purple plays on Johanna. We have a variant as well. They want to run in and commit. Having that Earthquake available alongside that Slowing Sands is going to be a pain in the ass for the blue team to deal with. You see Demonic Invasion coming out here to tank the fort, save the spiders a little bit.
Do you realize that Asmodan has 325 stacks at level 11?
Oh!
What the hell?
Okay, okay.
What the actual Carlos?
I don't know. Ask Carlos. Maybe he knows.
Damn.
As you see the root coming out, Iron Skin has to be committed here for Johanna alongside the Laws of Hope. Actually, with 35 globes collected, that does a lot of healing.
That's so far. What is with these quests? That's a whole bunch of. Oh my god. Okay.
Hey, we
sorry.
just like blingy sounds here, okay?
Yeah, we do see a nice root here coming on Johanna. Purple is going to pop to half HP,
the
but I think she's
damage!
very nice damage here coming out from the Chromie with Bronze Talons being picked up at level 7 means that after her Sandblast hits someone, she does bonus damage with her auto attacks.
Yeah, I mean, that was what actually hurt Johanna so much. Blue team has the payment available. We have Thrall and May stalling it out in the top side here. As we see Chromie lingering around the bot side. The taunt comes out here from Fictional. As we see the Slowing Sands being dropped here. Anduin is coming to the rescue. They find the root. Are they going to find a kill here onto Varian? Or is Fictional, as always, just special and walking out here alive?
I love the attempt by Lani to actually body block. Imagine being Chromie and doing body blocks on Varian. That's just a sight to see as we see Surf trying to do some CC onto the Fictional. Not a whole lot to be achieved here. Both teams have turn in, so whoever gets the next turn in could snowball the game. As we see the rest of the red team trying to de-push the bot side of the map.
Johanna getting the turn in here, and that should be enough. Almost. Fictional getting the turn in. Johanna is there for the stall, and that is the blue team getting another objective in right before both teams get to hit their level 13s. We see the poke coming from the side here from Lani, trying to disengage so that Anduin is actually remaining safe. And it was enough. They didn't dare stepping forward there.
Very nicely done there. But it does seem like this mid fort is going to fall. Fictional looking for the... Oh, that would have been a spicy taunt there, but Fictional didn't feel comfortable with the rest of the red team backing up Lani there. So really nice call. Johanna trying to get some damage here, tanking the tower. Nice
Tanking
taunt.
the tower as well. The Z gets cancelled because of the falling sword. They pull, and there is a light bomb. Is it going to connect? No, it doesn't. But Purple is still going to fall as we see the ice skating forward. Beautiful, beautiful trade here to deny an extra taunt and get some extra health back. I mean, it's a clean kill here for the red team. Very well played.
Oy vey, that was, oh my god, that was fantastically done there by the Chromie, protecting the Thrall with the star. Oh, the little plays like this to protect your allies is fantastically done. The blue team is trying to push the spot for that is extremely low. Nice root, nice knockback there by the maid. The Blizzard popping out
They
to
have
try.
to be careful.
Fictional does get stunned and the CC chain is there, but a really nice E onto the Chromie. Lani, run! Oh, this poor Anduin
Desperate
on his
prayer.
own. On his knees, saving these teammates of his.
Careful now, Tofu.
I
Keep yourself
was.
in check.
I didn't say the joke I was gonna say. Okay.
Oh, no. Okay.
I'm very good. I'm reformed tofu now.
Yeah. Completely. We are yet to see Snowball coming out though. Avalanche has not been used yet, and I saw like a blink of an opportunity here in the bottom lane. And I was going to say you have to be careful though. They still have the Avalanche available.
Avalanche is available and it can be a great playmaking ultimate. The blue team has taken the Bruiser camp and is going to push in the mid with the magic Alazan using the ultimate. Johanna falling sword into the two backliners. Fictional popping extreme low and Rice, Potato Keeney, Zed. Purple completes their quest with a 4-man queue. But Lanny's popping extremely low with Baron in the backline. May is trying to peel for him in doing so. Fictional run!
Is it going to be a fictional special this time? No, it is not, as the red team is 4 more. May is still stepping up. We have so much ultimate still available here. They are looking to back it up here, look for the pay, but now, all of a sudden, the turn from the blue team. Are they finding themselves? 2v5 as the blue team steps forward. Anwin finds the route here. Iron Skin already committed here on Johanna. Johanna is going to walk back because level 16 just around the corner here for the red team. As they look for another condemn, the polymorph, the CC chain onto May is big, but is it going to be enough to actually kill her?
Really nicely done there by Frozen Storm to protect our allies, but oh, nice and stoppable there, the May, while she's popping low. Nice root, nice pull! The peels are on point!
Absolutely. Very nicely layered abilities from the red team as they have paid their jemmies, the web weavers. Scary spider ladies are standing on the blue team.
We're peeling so much that we're peeling potatoes to make a new bikini out of it. Let's go!
Absolutely.
Bikinis for everyone! Alright. We have the red team did get the turning on the objective, but the problem is that because of the brawl in the bot lane, because the lanes weren't pushed in, the objectives did kind of fall. What's to note is that the spiders actually do fall in HP over time as Raynor gets engaged here on the backline. Really nice unstoppable, really nice Z. Johanna falling sword getting a lot of value, taunting the May, but she does pop her unstoppable. Really nice clenching heal there by Frozen Storm, but does get silenced in the miss. Really nice stasis, really nice sword, and the avalanche to use to take away the front line from the fight. We got the avalanche.
What I just missed here was the earthquake. I feel like the red team could have had the upper hand here had they popped the earthquake right in the middle of everything there. Because it's just like Johanna, as you can see it, right? Johanna has completed her quest. She's just stomping onto that backline being like, I am Johanna, I'm coming for you. But Earthquake is so good to deny that, and we're just not really seeing it come out yet. So I'm hoping that next team fight we get to see it, and I promise you, for the blue team, it will be a lot harder to take the fights the way they are taking them right now.
All right, really nicely done here. The blue team does get the turn in here. They're going to be able to push with objective, clear this camp here, but the red team is posturing, trying to find an engage here. What should they? Oh. Purple popping low, really nice heal with their level 1 quest, really nice engage. Brightwing Z being used out to aggressively engage as the rest of the red team falls. Fictional falls, does an Asmodan dunk in the meantime.
Get dunked as we find another route here onto Raynor. Johanna, line looking to solo kill off Chromie, finds a falling sword here onto 3 people. Frozen Storm in the back, the silence comes out. Beautifully aimed Q here from Brightwing as we see the lightning ball is now starting to do damage. Asmodan has to spread out from his team, but it seems that everyone on the red team is going to live.
The rest of the red team does live with a clutch of their HP. Really nice saving there. But the rest of the blue team is pushing in mid. Really nice Asmodan dunks here. Asmodan ultimate used to protect and peel and ensure that the mid keep doesn't fall. In the meantime, Thrall is pushing top side. Needs to protect that top keep as well, which is really important because that's the boss lane. Asmodan dunks getting so much value, interrupting the mount up from the Hestia.
Absolutely, as we see that the blue web weaver in the bottom lane is being cleared here by Chromie. Chromie rotating back up shortly to rejoin the 4-man.
The blue team have decided to back out. Really nice shield there by the Brightwing to ensure that Johanna doesn't take too much damage from the poke. Camp is up on the side of the blue team. The Bruiser camp as they're rotating to it. Varian decides to rotate bot side, which could be sniffed out by the red team if they're fast enough.
The vision, I mean, the lanes are pushed here for the blue team. That means that they have vision here. So it will be a bit hard for the red team to make a move towards bottom without having that vision available. But now they get their pay in, and that means that Asmodan could putting in some work on the lanes again. They are in the lead for XP, so are in the lead for level 20, which is of course our desired storm talent. As we see Lani slightly getting sniffed out here, the taunt comes out, and is that going to be the end? The avalanche does hit our Brightwing, and I would say it's enough to save the day for now.
Really nice placements of time stops there as well by Lani to ensure that she's consistently protected from these engagements. Fictional sniffing them out. Potato Keeney looking. Purple also tries to get some... Oh, nice root. Nice CC. Brightwing takes a lot of damage blinking in to try and heal her tank. Really nice Antoine ultimate, but the polymorph stops May from getting her E off. Really well done there.
Yeah, because that denies that light bomb hitting Unstoppable to make sure that Varian comes out alive. Very nice falling sword, but the oh my god, the damage from Kurumi is just too much for Brightwing to endure as she falls, and Varian will follow suit here.
Really nicely done there by Team Iris, but Purple is going in. Really nice heal. Where did Rainer go?
Pulling the trigger there as we land the root on Anduin, and boom, gone was Rainer.
Where'd he go though? I swear he was there just 2 seconds ago.
Yeah, see you around, Marshall. Woo! Level 20s are locked in, and that means that our red team is going to make a move for the boss here. We have Inner Fire, the upgraded light bomb. We have Pride from Asmodan, which means that after 400 stacks of Annihilation, the area will increase for the globe and it will do additional damage. Thrall is yet thinking about what he wants to pick. Piercing Stance for Kurumi, and the upgraded Snowball for May.
Personally, in my opinion about Thrall's level 20 is it is very important to pick the upgrade on the ultimate. It is one of the strongest ultimates in the game. It's not that strong pre-10, but like after 10, it is so absurdly OP. But we do see Wind Rush, which is a flash-like ability, a blink-like ability, that gets him into the backline or out of sticky situations, depending on what happens.
Yeah, absolutely. And I feel like you are right here that Earth and Shields would have been incredibly strong, but we aren't seeing a lot of earthquakes right now. As in, I don't remember the last earthquake I saw. So, as the fights are not really sustaining enough, then I feel like this is also fine.
Frozen Storm.
Frozen Storm finds
Frozen
a little
Storm.
root.
You're a healer. Why are you going in like a tank? The aggressiveness from Frozen Storm here on the Anduin is fantastic. Really nice cleanse there by the Brightwing and a nice aggressive. What? Frozen Storm in the front. Frozen Storm. What is this? Where? The audacity. I absolutely love this.
Yeah, the Condemn connects, but there is no real punishment coming out just yet on this Anduin. So they get to push in all these waves for free. Red team immediately backs up to try and get in another turn.
So they're going to try and get a turn in here as soon as possible, but the waves consistently pushed in like this, it's going to be very difficult for the red team. The blue team is trying to get some gems in now. In the meantime, the red team did get the bot camp. I think, like, basically, whoever wins the next team fight wins the game, in my opinion. We're past level 20. This is where everything starts. Surf sniffing out the Cassia here, but Varian is right beside him. Oh,
I mean,
nice
Falling Sword is still available, and there it goes. We see the upgraded Falling Sword. So Johanna will have it back in about 20 seconds, but Avalanche is still in place, so is Earthquake. They have to be a bit careful of that. Asmodan is safely in the back, dunking away, lasering away.
Big dunk values here as Purple stepping up, getting a fantastic Q onto the backline here. May needs to do a lot of things to peel.
Purple is low.
Purple
The
is
backline
extremely
is
low.
falling low as Demonic Invasion comes in. Can she do enough? Is the Falling Sword there? It is there. But I think she has to use it on her backline to heal Brightwing. But now Thrall is in the back looking to connect the roots as they get kill after kill here. 3 kills on the deck, and I think that it's safe to say that that should be at least a keep secured for our friends in red.
The friends in red decide that there's a camp to be taken on the map and go to
It's
the mid camp.
classic. It's
Classic Heroes of the Storm
It's
play
a classic. We get 3 kills. We're past level 20. Let's do a camp.
here. There's a camp on the map. We have to take it, but because this could be a nice flank here by Frozen stepping. This aggression from Frozen, I can't
Oh
deal
man,
with.
if
So
only that was
good.
the May. If only
That's
that was May
so
finding that
good.
flank.
Frozen is playing the tank from the first game and still has that mindset, and I absolutely love it. The rest of the team is poking mid, is poking bot, is trying to get as many keeps as possible, but they only have 20 seconds left before the rest of the blue team is
Yeah.
alive. They need to get value now. Come on,
Pull the trigger! Let's go, girls!
Go, go, go.
Keep it disabled by May for the time being. And I mean, they're going to secure this one, and I think they should immediately back up, try and get the pay, and try and end off of that through mids.
That is true. They do have the pay in. Thrall's hanging around a little bit late. Hopefully Varian doesn't get on top of him. Oh,
Oh, we
Fictional
need a
still looking.
dismount. There we
Oh,
go.
with
We
the
have a
minion.
dismount. Minions.
Minions covering for the red team and ensuring that Fictional remains dismounted as the rest of the red team get a turn in. Now Team Iris are going to get a push with the objective. 1 keep already down. They could opt for pushing other keeps or looking for an engage here as we see a really nice route here on the back line. Oh my
Are they
god.
going to spiral off of that? Potato Keeney still alive, but oh, there is that Ancestral Wrath. It's not going to be enough to secure the kill. As we see, the avalanche backwards is not going to do anything. It's actually May that is going to fall.
May does fall. Really nice engage there by the Johanna. Frictional gets rooted. Fantastic double root here coming out from
Do we have another
Anduin.
goal?
Oh, desperate prayer coming out here, but really nice stun.
Oh! Oh, the shield is fantastic! It's so big as Thrall finds his way back into the backline. The Eternal Ball Lightning is coming out, and there's finally an Earthquake. But is it going to be enough to finish off Cassie? Yes, it is, and now Purple is going to fall as well! What a fantastic turnaround here. Frozen Storm absolutely carrying this team fight with that light bomb to turn the tide, and that should be GG, them securing a further spot into the Athena Championship.
Fantastically played there by Team Iris. What a comeback. A reverse sweep completed by them. And they did really well to do so. A lot of back and forth, but they secured the game. And game number 3 goes over to them. GGWP.
You well played indeed. Wow.
All right. How's it
Very
casting the first series today, Joy?
yeah, it's one of many. It's good. It was a lot of fun.
Right, just waiting for some game results just to have a quick. Johanna, top damage again! Purple!
Oh my
What is
goodness.
this?
Purple on Johanna.
Johanna absolutely doing so much damage, and her level 1 quest was amazing as well. She had like something 80 globes by the end of it, was healing so much. As we see this healing stats, 52k healing coming out from Johanna. That's insane. That's that's almost as much as Anduin healed. What? Oi, oi, oi.
Alright.
What in the Hades is
Alright.
this? Lots of damage coming from Asmodan, lots of siege damage. Fantastic. Like, the fact that Asmodan completed the quest so early was incredible to me. 300 stacks by level 11 was insane. That's the fastest time I've ever seen the quest completed. I need to watch the playback to see how Sasa did that, because that was incredibly done. A lot of amazing time traps placed by Chromie, protecting herself and her allies, so they did really well to do so. Potato Keeney playing the best that she could, trying to cleanse and heal as much as that damage. But that's so much poke damage. Asmodan, Chromie, it's miserable being a healer in that case.
It's really, really hard to play into double mage as a healer already, but if you're a Brightwing, there is just like not a lot you can do. Because the thing is, you provide only passive healing, and every now and then you provide a small amount of burst with your Z and a shield, but that's about all you can do. So yeah, once the trigger gets pulled by the red team, there isn't so much left. Overall, really nice series. Very impressive reverse sweep here. So
Yes.
yeah.
Very impressive indeed. We are now going to finish up here in the Olympian series, I believe, and we're going to move to the, as I like to call it, the Titanic series, or the Titan division, where we are going to be casting upper division games. I just saw some questions in the chat. There are 2 divisions in this series, Titan division and Olympian division. Just the average ranking of the players are slightly different from one and the other. And we're going to see some upper division playing. It's going to be exciting. In this upper division, there will be a finals at the end of this evening, which Joy will be back to cast with me, hopefully.
Yes.
If time permits.
If time permits, of course.
We're just going to go into a quick break now, and I'll see you in a bit, guys.